Hello guys, welcome to Cypro. My name is KP Krishnan and
I'm Arvind.
So we are cyclists from Chennai. Arvind is a triathlete and I'm a recreational cyclist. Cypro is an attempt to bring about our experiences on cycling, and we travel quite a bit, so we want to just bring about a lot of cycling stuff that we see through our eyes. Don't you think, Arvind? So that's something that we want to...
So on this channel we'll be posting a lot about gear, how it feels to ride with quality gear which you find abroad. Many videos talk about how they feel. We will give you an Indian perspective of gear and how it is going to look and feel in the Indian context on Indian roads.
What Arvind said, we're going to be giving an Indian perspective, a lot of international content that's available. Be it gear of any sort. It could be power meter, it could be a cleat, it could be wheels, it could be carbon bikes, it could be alloy bikes versus whatever it is, how a mountain bike feels on the road and the road bike feels on mountain, some crazy stuff. Our idea is to just keep Cypro is the best thing that can happen between both your legs. Let's go to the episode 1.
Hi guys, welcome to Cypro. We are a bunch of cyclists from Chennai. We are all at a bit different levels of performance, and we had a whole collection of wheels with us, so we thought we'd run you through this. So what you see here is basically a collection of carbon clincher wheels, and they're all with they're full carbon rims except for the fast forward here. So what we did for this episode was me and my friend Raghul here, we got together. Raghul got his TT bike, I got my aero road bike, and we did a loop of around 5 kilometers in both directions. I mean, it would cancel out a bit of headwind and tailwind. And we did this test on the ECR, which is where you also face a lot of crosswinds during the day sometimes. The few things we were trying to notice was, we were trying to see how the wheels feel under acceleration. We were trying to see how the wheels felt while trying to maintain some speed. And we tried to see how the wheels felt when we were braking. We used the Redistin tire. It's a 23 mm training sort of tire because that's what we could get our hands on. Kindly donated by Suresh from Pro Bikers. And this is the tire that we put on all the wheels when we were riding it.
The first wheel I rode was Vision Metron 55. The acceleration on the Vision Metron 55 was quite good. I mean, the response was quite good on Vision wheels.
I thought the Vision felt immediately familiar. It was, it felt quite composed under acceleration. It held on to its speed. Also, I liked the way it behaved in crosswinds because it wasn't moving around too much and I wasn't having to really grab the bars and control the bike.
I felt that the coasting was far better than any alloy wheels I've ridden earlier. I was not quite happy with the braking when compared to other wheels that I'm going to talk about later in this video.
Our entire feel for braking was a bit messed up because we didn't use the pads that are supplied with each rim. I used, on all the wheels, I used the Reynolds carbon pads. The carbon rim is probably always going to feel inferior to an aluminium rim when it comes to braking. But as cyclists, I think all of us want to concentrate on going faster rather than slowing down. So the Vision 55 I thought was a reasonably well balanced wheels. I didn't have any kind of a problem with it. It's a Chinese wheel completely, so obviously it's priced much lower, and I know that a lot of you are really attracted by that price point, and a lot of you will want to know how this does. So actually, this is a UCI approved wheel, so you can buy this and run them. If you are a professional racer and you want to run UCI events, you can run this wheel at a much lower cost than all your competitors. So initially we had a hiccup. I simply couldn't get the wheels to fit in my frame. I was using a Fuji Transonic, and we had nearly given up, and then we decided, okay, let me remove the skewers completely. So it's only when we removed the skewers completely that we could get the wheel in and then reattach the skewers and put the wheel. The one main criticism I have is that the skewers seem to be of a really cheap quality, and it feels that.
The Yo-Yo wheel C15 was wider for my TT frame. I ride an Agan 18, which is quite narrow on the frame, and the Yo-Yo wheels was quite wide, which was around 28 mm on the width of the rim. So I was not able to test the wheels, but I would also suggest that if you have an aerodynamic frame, then you should really test the wheels on before purchasing this Yo-Yo wheels.
Once you start riding the wheels, they felt quite decent. On coast down, not only did it coast for a really long time, we could see a marked difference between this wheel. There was no irregular sound, there was nothing to complain about really. They didn't feel as plush and solid as the Vision felt. We know that this is a Chinese wheel. If it had different stickers, maybe we would look at it slightly differently.
The Giant SLR 50 was not as good as the Vision wheels when I would talk about the acceleration.
I thought they were a bit hard to accelerate on, not as easy as the Vision or even the Yo-Yo.
The process in which I tested coasting was I rode up to a speed of 30 kilometers and then stopped pedaling, and I allowed the coasting up to 15 kilometers per hour. The distance covered on Giant SLR was quite lesser than the Vision wheels.
They roll fine, and it's okay, but it's never giving you as premium a feel as the Vision really. This is the only wheel we ran which did not have the Redestein tires. So we ran the Zip with, I think it was a Continental Gator Skin, which itself is quite a heavy tire. I'm not really a fan of that. But in spite of that, the Zip 404 was the most premium feeling wheel set in this whole, of all the wheels that I rode that day.
Zip 404 was hands down the best wheel when compared to the other three wheels. The acceleration was quite high, higher than any other wheels that I rode.
It didn't seem to excel in the coast down, but it did really, where I really felt the difference was when you got out of the saddle to accelerate. That's where the Zip changed the behavior of the bike completely, and that whole feeling of solidity and stiffness was, I'm today a great fan of that.
And the braking was also far responsive. When compared to coasting, it was better than Vision, but not too much of a difference on the Zip 404 when compared to this Vision Metron 55. So I would say Zip 404 was the best of all the four wheels that I rode. But then the coasting was nearly the same between Vision Metron 55 and Zip 404, except that I would say that Zip 404 was slightly better than the Vision, but then not much of a huge difference to look at it.
So after riding all four wheels back to back on the same day, same time, same conditions, If I had to choose my order of preference, I would put the Zip 404s on the top. I would then put the Vision Metron 55. Then I would actually put the Yolio over the Giant SLR. I mean, this is really, we're really talking about a condition where money is no object. If money was an object, I'm sure the ratings would be quite different.
We'd like to thank Suresh of Pro Bikers. So for the moment we just went and said that we've been doing a cycling channel, and he just volunteered and said that anything that you guys want for you guys to review and all those things, he said he's open. He's such a good buddy, and we'll be just giving the link for his store here. So do support him, and thank you Suresh, thank you Pro Bikers, you rock. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for supporting Cypro. You know the routine, you know the rituals, the like button, subscribe button and the bell. So you guys know it all.